Hello, everyone, and welcome to Levels of Madness. We are a bunch of nerds playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. To any of our returning friends, welcome back. To anyone who is new here, we are happy to have you. My name is Jess, and I am the game mistress for tonight's game, which is in the campaign Shadows of the Ancients. This is a homebrew campaign set in the world of Alonim, the Shattered Realm. And now let me introduce to you our lovely group of adventurers. Josh.
I play Nines, the Warforged Fighter.
Brandon.
I play Caspian, a sea elf warlock. Why do I panic every every time I panic?
On the spot, can't help it. We have Bree.
I play Murin, a tiefling cleric.
And Troy.
I play Ashu, the Warforged monk.
So we met our heroes back in the forest of Hamor, working for the Delvers to explore a ruin that had been left over from an ancient society. After a few interesting situations and team building moments, they cleared all of the traps by setting them off. They made their way to the village of Lundy. While there, they helped to put down a nightmare beast that had been terrorizing the villagers. From there, they headed to the town of Kawarki, where they got to enjoy a lovely celebration of a wedding, followed by a bout of kidnapping. But is it really kidnapping if she went willingly?
We talked her into it.
That's why he said light kidnapping. Light kidnapping.
And from there, they, along with their newly absconded mistress, ran off into the woods only to be hunted down by the lady's new husband and her father-in-law. A fight ensued, surprising many people in the party. And then it went pretty south. Y'all got kind of hurt for a while before deciding to just get the fuck out of Dodge. Y'all took your new friend, who desperately wanted to bring her husband with her, grabbed the husband, who fought you the entire way, before revealing.
Miss Noodle snatched that boy up.
Miss Noodle did. She grabbed him, and honestly, Miss Noodle was so fucking helpful in that fight.
Miss
Noodle
Noodle's
saved
helpful
her
in
butt.
most fights.
She really is, when
Miss Noodle.
Caspian remembers that he has her.
Miss Noodle goes hard.
She does. DM is wondering, should I have given that to you at like
You
level
know.
1?
No. Like with between me, the tentacle, and the Miss Noodle, I just consistently have advantage, and I don't know why I haven't. I don't know why I have been using it. I can flank anything.
Very, very strong. Very, very flawed.
There it is.
So you
Because
managed
you
to
are
get
the
away.
reason why we set off all the traps. So, yeah, you're really powerful, but also, literally drunk all the time. Like, you were the drunk friend we babysit.
I wouldn't say all of the traps.
Fair.
Nines are vividly remembering a very tiny backpack that he was carrying as they got guillotined.
That wasn't me setting it off, though. I said stop. I said
Josh's face.
I literally was warning you to check.
Josh is taking his sweet baby rays and he's going home.
Josh is gonna go look at the tape.
Well, they're all up on YouTube. They are all up on YouTube.
Jamie, pull that up.
Oh.
So you did manage to put some distance between you and Lord Bregrin. And before he caught up, do you remember what his son said to you? Does anybody remember? Inspiration to anyone
Don't
who
tell
can.
anybody I told you this, but I know I'm a little bitch. I don't know. I don't
That's what I
remember.
remember.
So close.
He
Isn't
knew
he
that
on
his
our
dad.
side? But
Yeah,
he was
he knew,
putting up a show.
but he had to sell it. Like he had to fight us.
He also let it be known that he was the one who contacted his brother, Martel, in order to get his new bride, Calrissa, away. So he was technically the person who hired you.
I'm gonna need them coins, bro.
He needs to not feel special by being. He's not the first person who like has been the good guy that we've almost murdered. So it's not personal.
You all were joined by a young satyr woman who, as Lord Bregrin caught up to you, they seemed to recognize each other. She promptly flipped him off and then activated the tattoos that were on her arms, teleporting you out of that situation. And that was where we left you. Are y'all ready?
I am ready.
Ready to shreddy.
All
Actually,
right.
I actually got proficiencies that make sense now. I had him proficient in nature. What? I have a -1 to intelligence. Why? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Caspian
You want a
2.0 is
well-rounded character.
still drunk but ready to shred.
Constantly drunk, ready to shreddy. Alrighty. So, as this satyr woman activated her tattoos, the inky black marks flowed down her limbs to the ground, drawing a magic circle beneath the entire group, excluding Lord Bregrin and his son. She flips off Lord Bregrin, and then you disappear, the world becoming black before you.
Fucking clip it. Caspian yells, "Suck it, nerd!" as we disappear.
Did you just call yourself out?
Yeah, because I started talking, but I like only got a couple words into it. But I was annoyed with myself.
Self clip. Oh, I love it so much. All right. So, as you are traveling, anime style, sun and stars passing around you as you teleport through space and time, you're going to get a little bit of history of the world. The world was terrifying and wondrous. Many travelers had returned from the outside with tales of wonder and caution. It was said that to the north, one might find themselves passing accidentally into another world completely. There had been a few travelers with tales like that, worlds that defied imagination. You'd all heard them. There was even one traveler who swore that they had been climbing a mountain and were suddenly transported into a plane of nothing but flame and heat. Others swore that any ship worth its sail avoided the swirling whirlpools, for those were the portals to a world of an endless sea. Endless sea. For as far back as known memory, this was our world. The ruins that you encountered tell a different story. The ancients were the ones who once ruled this world. You guys and your gifts. Okay. Their machines and buildings left to rot all over. This was all that remained of the ancients in their society. Ruins to be studied. No one knows what happened to them. An ancient society known as the Seekers of the Ancients believe that by studying their ruins, we can piece together the fall of that civilization. The world begins to brighten around you as this inky blackness recedes, another magic circle forming beneath your feet. And you're standing looking at a range of gigantic mountains. The satyr woman turns to Martel. Well, that went about as expected. You guys look like shit. Y'all alright?
Who all is with us right now? It's us, the satyr woman who has not introduced herself yet, Martel,
Mhm.
the wife, the husband,
Mm-mm. Just Calrissa.
just Calrissa. Oh yeah, the husband. Yeah, because the husband stayed because he was like, I gotta sell it. Okay,
And
so it's who
Tolan.
else? And Tolan, the
Tolan.
shapeshifter.
Mhm.
Cool. Where do we pop out at? Like we
Where are we?
You
unteleported
seem
and
to be on the very edge of a desert, looking directly at a range of mountains. Things that would not normally be so very close.
like the mountains would not be very close.
Would not normally be this close to a very arid desert. It looks like the
Oh.
desert ends and the mountains begin.
Okay, spooky.
It's like Valheim.
So-
We're playing Valheim now. Cool.
I haven't played that though, so I don't know what you're referencing. But I will say, yes.
It's
Sounds
real
good.
fun for like a week.
Mhm.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the satyr woman looks to you, and she's got some pale, it looks like pale green skin. And then she's wearing like this leather top that kind of crisscrosses and then leaves her very furry legs and her hoofs. She has piercings all up and down both ears, chains attaching the top to the bottom. Thick eyeliner, and you notice that she is covered in tattoos except for her arms now.
What race is
There-
she?
She is a satyr.
Okay, that's
Can
right.
I investigate this woman?
What you looking for specifically?
She, with her like jumping around and like teleporting us and shit. The whispers of the one person who's been talking to me are still ringing in my head, and I want to know. I just want to know if this is them.
Okay, roll. You can do insight or arcana. Either of those.
How about acrobatics?
You flip around her, and in
Whoa.
doing so, you have learned everything.
Flipping
He
of
just
knowledge.
busts out like magnifying
try,
glass and just
Ryder.
starts doing flips with it. It's the better angle that really helps me investigate.
I got a 14 arcana.
14 arcana. Okay, so you can tell that it is all of her tattoos are magical. They are all different types of magic. And you can tell that LaRue herself is imbued with magic. And then she has a symbol that is the metal centerpiece of her leather armor straps that are holding everything in. And it is the shape of a lotus flower inside of a circle that has 8 arrows pointing out of it. And that is also glowing. That one looks like it is glowing with a divine magic. The rest of it is not.
It sounds super sick, but in my head, all I can picture is that fucking. I want to say like the Godsmack singer, like his like belly button tattoo
Yes.
Please tell me y'all are
Yep.
getting the reference that I'm
Yep.
saying.
I was thinking Justin Long in Jeepers Creepers with the rose on his belly button. That's what I was thinking. That's a deep
Like,
cut for
it-
those who don't know that movie.
Like it sounds super like what you're describing sounds super sick, and my brain's just like, what
So
about the
they're
Godsmack tattoo? And I'm like, God.
so they got
come
like
on,
a
man.
Power Rangers power coin on the front of them. Is what you're saying? Okay.
That's exactly it.
Okay, so she unteleports us. Desert, mountains. Has she introduced herself? Did she
She's
say her
not.
name?
Mm-mm.
Caspian is like, okay. What time of this is gonna sound? What time of day is it?
It is. I would say that it's probably mid-morning right now, between everything that happened and the actual travel.
Okay. It's a
Mhm.
genuine question because I'm just doing math
Yeah.
because whether Caspian's mage armor would still be up or not.
Makes sense.
So Caspian's sober right now,
Mm-hmm.
so he is going to introduce himself kindly, soberly,
Okay.
Mhm.
and be appreciative of the ride. We were trying to GTFO, and you came just in the nick of time. That was sick. Can you
Is Miss Noodle still out here?
Miss Noodle would absolutely. Yeah, I would hope that Miss Noodle would have came with us. Oh no, I had to. She was taking a lot of damage. I had to withdraw
Unnoodle her.
I had to unnoodle Miss Noodle.
Yeah, for as strong as Miss Noodle was, even Miss Noodle got fucked up in that fight.
She was it was rough times.
Look at
Caspian,
sorry.
Again, quite sorry. My bad.
it's okay. I hadn't got to you. Miss Noodle hadn't been able to come and hang out for a while, and we were all getting a little squirrely. And we hadn't pre D&D'd that week, so we were ready to shreddy.
Yeah, y'all were in good form last time.
Good form.
You'd been quite tame for a little bit. Y'all were due for
Smashing.
some smash. Smashing, darling.
Yeah.
Smash.
So yeah, Caspian's gonna introduce himself kindly. That was sick. Also, because Caspian as well has tattoos, he's gonna be like, none of mine do cool shit. Can you show me how to make my tattoos teleport? That's fucking dope.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it sucks that I had to use both of them, but there's a lot more of you than I thought, and glad I'd sat for two. But yeah, my get out of jail free card kind of thing. But yeah, we've got a couple people who do magical ink. Definitely, I can introduce you. Like, of course.
So clutch. And
I'm-
I outstretched hand, Caspian.
LaRue. It's nice to meet you.
And I am Ashu.
You will make a lot of people very happy, Ashu.
Yeah, he does.
Why?
I don't understand.
You're one of a kind, bro.
We
We're
have
all-
two of them. We
We're
literally
all
there's
one of
two
a
of you.
kind.
No.
Nines is immediately
No.
pissed.
I would
No.
like for her to roll initiative. I natty one, so let's do this.
We got that out of the way.
Coming in a session
Nines
hot.
is like, and she looks over and she's like, "Well, you know too, right? You are an amazing build. That is nothing like you."
He's just getting more mad.
I take the
And then
Ted
she
Party
turns
hat off completely. I drop any illusion on myself. I clip it to my belt and I pull out my warhammer and my hand axe and I say, "Explain."
And she kind of looks.
Ashu's like, calm down, calm down. I'm just better than you. It's okay.
Oh my god.
Ashu, roll initiative. I got a 7.
I'm just better than you.
Just
Oh my
incrementally, like 4 rolls from now, Josh
I
is like,
wanna-
okay.
I want to hit
16 on
Ashu in the
initiative.
face with a water ball. So
I will.
I'm
will
gonna throw a water ball at
deflect
Ashu.
that right back at you.
All right. Before we get all crazy, LaRue notices that she is upset you, and she's like, for real, like, you're a construct. You're Warforged, right? Obviously.
So was he.
Does he look like a Warforged completely to you?
Yeah.
What does he not? What does he look like?
Make
That's
an
not
investigation check.
everybody. Can anybody?
If you want to be looking at
Yeah,
Ashu
I
to try
don't
to figure out
fucking know
what the
what the
fuck she
difference is.
means.
Can I
-1.
get advantage on this roll because I am also a
Ashu goes,
Warforged?
I am a cybernetic organism.
He's a
Yes,
so
yes.
okay. He's a Warforged
Living
and
tissue
he's
over a metal
angry.
exoskeleton.
Like I agree with the advantage because he's a Warforged
Yeah.
and he's pissed.
It's like, what the
I got
fuck? How
a
you
dirty
different?
20.
Yeah.
You got a dirty 20. Makes sense.
He's inside of Ashu right now.
So, as Nines will remember, there was a point in time when you had kind of
11 by the way.
attempted to plug in to Ashu and noticed that they were incompatible. And you'd also remember from that time, thinking about this, Ashu is not wooden at his core. Ashu is metal through and through.
Does he just have like wood grain inlay? Like,
I'm loosely based on a Warforged.
is he
Like
full
a
metal?
Studebaker.
I was like, does he just have like?
Nine
Is it
starts
just
taking off his
interior?
wood paneling,
He
And-
is
removing
legit
pieces of
robot.
himself.
He looks like a robot
He's
that
fully android.
players would know.
He is a full android.
What the hell?
What the hell? Sorry, TikTok.
I don't even know if I know you anymore, man. I don't even know if I know you anymore.
LaRue kind of looks around.
Well-
She's like,
He doesn't say that he's a full android because he doesn't
No.
know this.
he doesn't. But you would remember from the times that you have been like thinking about like it didn't really click at first because what else would he be? You weren't looking at Ashu thinking like, oh, what is this weird ass creature? He's just a super nice guy. Thinking back on it, being told you're different. He's not a construct. It's like he's not.
Troy hasn't changed his picture on Roll20, so every time I look down and we're like describing this, like he's full android. He's a full android man. I look down at his fucking Jeb standing there, this wizard hat. I'm a full android, brother. You never saw one modeled like me. I'm full machine through and through, buddy.
I
That's
love
what peak performance looks like.
Okay, I guess I drop my defensive attitude and just become silent.
Well, I mean,
I
Cool.
put the Ted Party hat on and I change into a middle-aged white suburban dad with high socks and tennies, New Balance tennies. Just real sad. Think Galir from Fantasy High. I turn into Galir
Just
from
kidding.
Fantasy High, and I just get
Come
real
over.
sad and I just stand there.
I put my hand on his shoulder where it would be, so it's just probably like he's like made of so sure, so it's like floating hand. I'm like, you're one of a kind to me, buddy.
Not
Okay.
saying that you are like LaRue legit like it looks like she feels that she's like, oh, okay. Not what I meant. I meant that he's gonna make a lot of nerds really happy.
I
We've only
still
seen
don't
prototype.
understand. I'm a prototype?
No, I mean, we think you're the real deal. We've come across plans for things like you.
We out here running around with Data. I'm real freaked out that we're
Yeah.
gonna meet Lore.
Am I not alive?
Oh, I would say you very much are. I mean, almost weren't after that fight. Who the hell told you that fighting Bregrin was a good idea? I mean,
Pat's being like,
Look.
just like looks at like the whole party turns and just like slowly looks at Mirren.
I just sort of slide behind Nine.
No. Last time you were behind me, everything got fucked up. No. Get your ass. No. No.
It took balls, but just I wouldn't recommend it again.
Well, Golden Boy
Noted.
should be able to take him by himself, right?
Nines is just stomping around in circle. Like he just
Yeah.
like the conversation continues and Nine like stomps out of scene and we're like, oh what? And then just like every few minutes like chimes back in. Oh well, if he's just let him handle it. Like stomps
Coming
back
across
out of scene.
He like leaves, and then as he stomps back through, he's like, "I am not the Neville Longbottom of this story."
Like just
I'm not.
Oh goodness. So she's like, all right, I feel like we got off on a really bad foot. So
Your foot looks fine.
I throw my foot at her.
she kind of looks at her hoof.
takes it up. Try this one.
I'm
She
sorry.
looks at you and she kind of like puts her hoof out. I know you're chaotic tonight. You have to
Damn.
keep it in check for Tandoral, and you're like, fucking need an outlet. You're like, hey, Jess, remember when Eris kept giving out fucking mushrooms on Wednesday?
You shouldn't have said that because I forgot.
Hey, 2 different campaigns, sir. 2 different campaigns.
He takes off the other foot, pitches it
I'm
at her.
neutral evil. My character sheet says neutral evil, so we're.
Oh, I forget about that.
also forget
Alignment
about that.
is just a suggestion.
Mine's is so
ladies and gentlemen.
nice.
Alignment is a suggestion.
You haven't made him mad yet.
So Larry's like, okay, thank you for the compliment on my hoof. I just got them polished.
I'm limping.
I guess first things first.
Angrily.
We should probably get inside the city. And if you look around, there's no fucking city. There's no landscape. There, like, you see mountains, you see wilderness, and you see a fucking empty desert. She goes, so does anybody have an issue with tattoos?
What do you mean an issue?
Should-
I mean, I don't know how you're gonna get a job
you
looking
wouldn't
like that,
want
but
Like,
I
do
don't
you want
think you
a
have a
tattoo?
needle strong enough.
Oh, they're magical.
Like, are you
And-
offering tattoos? I'm confused.
Yes.
yep.
If you would like a more permanent way to enter the city.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I want a
so-
magical tattoo.
Sounds sick.
I want a
And
magical
she
tattoo
looks-
in real life. Like,
Yeah.
And she looks over at Martel and she's like, all right, if you haven't already done it, come on. They've earned passage. And then she looks at Tolan and she goes, you have definitely earned your passage. And the Rogue Academy will be very lucky to have you.
is there like flash on the wall that we can choose from?
There's nothing
Mirror
around
and
you.
ass. No, but, like when we go get the tattoo or whatever, is there gonna be like flash on the wall we can pick from, or is it just like one thing?
Martel walks up to you and he has a scroll. And he undoes it in front of you. And you see the emblem of the lotus flower on there.
That works.
Where would you like me to put it? Okay,
Mike
Nine's
Tyson
gonna
it.
get it on his chest.
Right? Yeah, right on the
She's
other
gonna
side.
get it on
I was
his
gonna do forehead too, but Golden Boy probably had the idea already, which he clearly did. So chest.
Martel's gonna be like, just these do stick around for a while. So not everyone knows how to get here. It's kind of
Is
like
there
a
any-
subtle symbol tattoo. It'll work no matter where it's at.
Does it have to be
Yes.
hidden? Legit question. Does it have to be hidden?
Kind of would prefer it just so people don't necessarily know that you have easy access to the city.
I want to take off my palm plate and have him do it on the inside of the palm plate so I can put it back on and not have it see, but it's on my hand. That's where I want it.
So he takes your palm plate, he places it on the emblem, the lotus emblem that's on the scroll. And he glows So his eyes do the red and black swirly thing again. And for a moment, you see a flash, and then the tattoo has moved onto your little palm plate. And he hands it back, rolls a scroll up, takes out another one. And he goes out to each of you. And you can go ahead and tell me where you want your tattoo, just so we know. For art purposes.
Ashu will put it underneath where his robes come down on his chest.
Okay.
He can totally just put it on my butt.
He's kind of
Love it.
Like it's cute, right?
he's like, I have permission to touch you, correct?
Yeah, like I just like put my
Okay.
I pull my
And he
pants down a
like
little.
very like as
Like
little
not a tramp
contact
stamp,
as possible.
not in the middle, just
like,
like
on the
cute
ass
off to
cheek.
the side. Yeah.
So he like lets you place the parchment where you want it, and then you feel like the very lightest of touch. You feel warmth on your skin for a moment.
A
And
warm butt.
Murin, you feel a slight sense of recognition in your brain. That sense of you are familiar with this type of magic.
I love him having like a backstory moment while I'm getting tattooed on my ass. That was a good choice.
Yes, it
when
was.
you said his eyes swirl red and black, I was just like,
It sounds
Interesting.
familiar. Where does Caspian get his tattoo?
Since I already have a bunch of tattoos and I've already forgotten her name.
LaRue?
LaRue. Oh, she's in for the kill. I get it. Since I have a bunch of tattoos, she has a bunch of tattoo. Look over. I'm like, any suggestions?
What are you looking at? Are you looking for, well, what don't you have covered?
And it's like a circular symbol. It's a lotus flower with point like arrows.
This one is just the lotus flower. It looks like a lotus flower that's like, like typical white girl little lotus flower, just the outline. I say white girl because I am one. I'm allowed.
Then I'll. Caspian also doesn't if it needs to be covered somewhere. Just like shoulder, I guess, or like in
LaRue
like
kind of looks
here.
around. She's like, I feel like yours will be lost in the sauce. Like it would take
That's
it
true.
would take somebody to sit there and be like, what am I looking for? Or you plan on getting more magical tattoos, so it won't stick out too bad.
Then having it just like peek out from like right here, like
Okay.
right at the
that little dip in your neck.
Yes.
That lovely dip. As I like make mine deeper, just because I'm like, look at it, it's right there.
In there.
All right, so it doesn't take much. There's little to no pain. Nines, you feel nothing because it's not attached to you at the moment, so you're good. And the moment that all of you, including Tolan and Calrissa's been completely silent. She seems to be in shock. A lot's happened. Martel goes over to her, and he kind of gingerly just lifts up her sleeve and puts it on there, and he tells her, he's like, we can remove it later if you want. It's fine. You don't have to stay, but okay. All right, is everybody ready?
Yes.
Now,
I think so.
look, I know that we kind of threw you into this. I really do appreciate your help getting Calrissa out. You've earned our trust. You already had somebody vouching for you. This place is secret from Bregrin, and that keeps it safe. That's all we ask you to do. All right. Fucking Brandon.
God damn it.
I need to just stop fucking looking at the Discord chat.
Gotta stop.
Every
Gotta
time.
stop.
I'm
I
sorry.
have
I'm
to.
sorry.
God damn it. Okay. This is gonna be cool. No. So he's like, all right, so welcome to Euphoria, I guess. And you feel all of your tattoos glow warm for just a moment. And a red film passes over your eyes. And as it clears, you see the town that you couldn't see before. It's kind of in between a town and a city. It's not quite big enough to be a full ass city, but there's bustling people. Seems to be built into the actual mountainsides. And what appears to be canyons that lead out into the desert. So as you're looking, and the mountains have become a canyon that is the backdrop of the ridge of mountains. The canyon itself had been completely invisible to you, and that is where the city lies. It's fortified on 3 of its 4 sides. The only way to get to this place: climb a mountain, learn to fly, or cross a desert. And you enter. As you begin to walk into this town, you see that there isn't walls. There are crops, plenty of people out working fields. And it is the exact opposite of the feeling that you got from the people in the inner city of Quarky. These people seem to be enjoying themselves. And there are all races that you can see. You see orcs, half-orcs, goblins, halflings, air genasi, earth genasi. As you walk through this city led by LaRue, everyone greets you because you're with her. You hear Martel being called out to, and he raises hands in welcome. You see around you, there are plenty of banners being hung, full of color. They're reds, oranges, yellows. And it seems like they're getting ready for some sort of celebration. You can hear in the distance music being practiced as it starts and stops over and over again. Martel looks at you. Well, it's a pretty good time to be here, honestly. We're about to get pretty busy. It is the summer solstice coming up. We'll have a lot of people coming in.
Party.
Those. A very large one. It is a fantastic time. The people of Euphoria have a great duty to uphold, so
Duty.
it's the best time to do it. Fuck off.
Just gingerly whispered. Duty.
If you guys are still around, it's about a week-long celebration. Got a couple different groups of people who come in, but it's a pretty cool party. You should be here, I think. I mean, if y'all want to hang out. But that'll be up to you guys, and LaRue, of course.
Wait, sorry, just for canon purposes,
Mhm.
does Hamilton get a tattoo as well?
Yes.
Yes, Hamilton can get a tattoo.
We gotta
Hell
give
yeah.
Mira her
Rump-
stuff too, her bat wings.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, y'all haven't said anything about those.
Hamilton has a pair of bat wings now, and he floats just above the surface of the ground.
Oh my god, I love it.
We got some for
your
you
bat
too.
wings as well.
You got a pair too.
Fuck yes!
For a little bit of context, last week, we're in a Halloween one-shot for just the guys. Bree had some plans already, so they went and they fought some pumpkin monsters, and they got to enjoy a Halloween festival, and they got to keep
So
some of their
awesome.
goodies.
Thank
So,
you.
yes, they are a pair of magical bat wings that you can't go more than 6 inches off the ground. but
That's fine. I'll just raven it for the rest of the campaign.
Just hover.
difficult terrain. Who's she? I regret
Never met her.
nothing. I don't regret anything. I love it. I love the possibilities of just like picturing a floating Alexander Hamilton with bat wings is.
And spike armor and a tattoo.
I love it so much. He's so bad, and he's still a fucking
Smoking a
piglet.
cigar.
He's just a fucking piglet.
This fucking. Oh my god, Alexander Hamilton.
He's gonna be able to talk one day and just. All right.
Can we get him the bandana of intelligence or something? There's some kind of item that gives anything an intelligence of 15.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
You know, there are many things that you can find if you just look.
If you can make it a familiar, there's some crazy shit you can do with familiars. You can like multiply them by like 8. Nuts. Make them never die. It's crazy.
Aw. One of the animals in our campaign that can't die. That'd be nice.
Rip.
Boris.
R.I.P. Boris.
Okay. So Tolan is kind of steering Calrissa along because she has a very glassy-eyed look. She's not fully here right now, but Tolan themselves is being kind of just wide-eyed looking around like this is all super new to them. Martel looks uncomfortable. He looks as though this is a lot more attention than he had planned on getting, and he doesn't know what to say to Calrissa. He doesn't know what to say to you guys. He's just kind of like, yeah, hey guys, like you met my dad.
We have some questions for you, bud.
I can imagine. If you don't mind waiting until we get to the mayor's house, I would appreciate that. We can talk in some privacy, and I can answer some questions. I owe you guys that. And he looks over at Calrissa and he's like, I owe you guys a lot. Anything y'all want to do on your way there? Anything you are in particular looking to see if this town has while y'all are walking?
Do they have a weapon shop?
They have a few. They have the mundane and the magical. You see different carts set up. You see a couple brick and mortar stores. As you're passing, you see that there is an apothecary. You see that there are a few different potion shops, all kind of decked out with different ambiance. One of them, you can smell different things coming out, and it smells fruity one moment, then you smell like bubble gum, and it
It's a
smells
bit
like rotten
nutty.
eggs. And they're like, okay. They smell like they are cooking up a number of different things. And then as you pass another, you see that like explosions of color and sparks and glitter are coming from inside before the windows burst open with a giant explosion. And little flying pixies come flying out before a gnome runs out coughing, going, oh, too much, too much. Okay. Nope, not a good concoction. And runs back inside. You see that there are gardens all over this place. There is food hanging from trees all down the path, and people walking by will just pick fruits and walk off as they take a bite. You reach a rather normal looking building. There's nothing pompous or ostentatious about this building, and the Rue walks inside a pair of double doors into what looks like a very comfy sitting room. There are dozens of chairs around. The bookshelf lining the back is crammed full of different books, and there's a small executive desk sitting in front of the bookshelves. She goes and she just collapses into one of the floofiest chairs that she can find, and she's like, "All right, welcome to our little town. I guess it's city. I don't know. We keep growing. I don't even know how many people are here anymore. Home away from home for you guys for as long as you want it. You did Martell a big favor, so you're welcome here."
Show me the money. We got her out, and she is here. Show me the money.
Oh, was that what was promised?
Show me the reward. Whatever it is. I would like good faith that we are with good people. I don't trust any of you yet. So
She has such a wicked smile on her face as she's watching you say all
I
this. And
throw
she's
a hand axe into the wall.
she's like, "Ooh."
I'm gonna burn
You'll
this
fit in
place to the
here.
ground. Josh is talking now. I'm gonna burn this. I'm gonna burn this place to the ground right now. Like,
Wakanda or not, burning it to the ground.
Oh my
Maroon leans
God.
forward and she goes, "Do you like to fight?"
no.
Oh, well, too bad. We actually just built a coliseum and it's opening up. So if you wanted to make some extra cash, there's that. As far as the reward for saving Calrissa, of course you get one. You're a little greedy thing, aren't you, shiny one?
No. Listen. No. This group
Listen.
has blindly followed a request, and there have been twists and turns and loops and people triple, double, quadruple crossing each other.
Gigantic smile.
Your smugness is making me mad.
It's not
Be-
smug. It
because
is delight.
because we have delivered, we have blindly followed. We are here. She is here. I would like a show of good faith that we are with the right people, that we're on the right side. Reward us for what we got, and then we can move forward with this relationship. But until then, I don't trust anybody. And I throw my other hand axe into the wall.
I'm like, I'm gonna be his reverse anger translator. My snake almost died. It's been a hell of a week. He does love fighting. He's been training me to fight. It's gonna be sick. You'll want to see it when it
I'm just
takes
shadow
place.
boxing in a corner.
Yeah. He is a conqueror. It'll be sick. You'll love to see it. We'll get good seats. But yes, be reward of some kind would ease all of our minds and just put us into we can relax a little, unwind, party at the solstice. So if there's anything that is coming our way, we'd love to see it, and we'll go party afterwards.
Got you. What kind of reward are you looking for? Would you just like financial compensation for blindly following a complete stranger? To which she looks
what
at
you
Nine
got?
directly in his eyes.
Nine puts the tent party hat on, turns into the destroyer, and is just furious. It's just burning fire,
Just
embers
fire
on
shooting out.
Just fire shooting out everywhere. He's
Like
just so
cartoon
mad.
style.
He is as
He's just
big
kinda,
and
like,
as
looking
tall
at
as
you.
the illusion will make
You
him.
are fascinating to her. Like, she's just like looking at you like you are just a bunch of emotions, aren't you?
I am stress shifting into other forms that I've taken, like I'm
Oh, you're
Clayface
so
and I've been electrocuted.
Oh no!
Like I am just like, make it stop! Ah, turn him off!
Was he damaged that badly by Lord Bregrin? I mean, I'm pretty sure that we can find somebody.
He does that.
Okay, well then I won't try
just
to fix
excited.
it.
You guys see me in the corner. I'm just holding Alexander Hamilton in my hands, just staring into his eyes, just trying to calm down.
Just emotional support animal.
That's going to be his role, I'm sure. More
I need
often
you to tell
than
me not
not.
to kill these people. I need you to tell me. I know you can't speak, but I need you to tell me
His
not to
his
kill
little
everybody
nose
here.
is just like just wiggling, just nosing. Big sniffs. Big sniffs. His little wings are just kind of because you've got your hands up, so he's technically 6 inches from the ground, so he's just As you can like kind of float him.
I love it.
I'm like, do you have to LaRue? I'm like, do you have a magical hammer? Our friend would really enjoy a magical hammer. Or
I too would
axe.
enjoy some weapon upgrades or other upgrades.
In Euphoria, your imagination is pretty much the only limit. You can
Okay, Willy
find
Wonka.
almost anyone here.
Can we get one
To make for you
from
what
you?
you want.
Can we get one from you as payment?
I guess if that's the payment that you want.
We're gonna start there, and we're gonna work our way up.
So at the executive desk, the chair had been turned to the back, and you hear giggling.
I've been here the whole time. If it's a little girl, I'm gonna freak out.
The chair spins, and sitting in the chair
I'm gonna freak out.
is a young
I'm gonna-
Loxodon.
I'm gonna.
Wait.
And Brix looks at
It's
everybody.
a psychic elephant.
Yeah.
I
You
told
just
you.
called her an elephant.
Not out loud.
Not allowed.
Just to me.
Yeah.
I told you. They're a fun group.
Nines
I'm
throws his
glad
hammer into the
She
wall.
got there in
All of
time.
his weapons are scattered. What is happening?
To which LaRue looks at you and she goes, "You're a lot easier to disarm than I thought you would be. Like,
You think I thought you were?
shut up.
You're
Words
gonna
are
catch
hard."
these- You're gonna catch
Oh,
these
you think I
hands.
thought
That's
you-
all I need.
Then I
You're
thought
gonna catch these hands.
You just like Miss Fantastic, like just like get huge, like stretchy hands.
And Brix looks at everybody and she goes, "Hi. How are you?
I've been better.
Y'all made a really weird choice." And then she looks at Mirren and she goes, "Why would you attack him?"
Just getting roasted left and right, sis.
Out of all of the possible paths, that wasn't the one I thought was going to happen. But honestly, like, I've met you. It should have been the path I thought about. I'm glad I was here.
Like, oh, like of everyone who has done something like this in the party, the fact that we're just stuck on mine.
And she looks and she goes, "Well, like I said, I'm glad that I was here. LaRue was able to get to you. She's a little bit upset that y'all made her use both of her tattoos, but it's okay. Because there's a lot of you. And the noodle thingy took up a lot of room. It's a lot of magical energy, even in a stick."
I like just kind of like I'm like, that's my girl. That's a good noodle. I'm like, can she hang out? Can she hang out? Is
Yeah.
anyone
Your noodle?
against hanging out with the noodle?
Phrasing. Phrasing.
Martel just goes, "I think she's bigger than the houses."
Hey,
No.
hey, Caspian, can I see your noodle stick real quickly?
I hand him the noodle stick.
Smashes it.
How does Caspian summon noodle from the noodle stick?
So this is where it's gonna get complicated. Do you speak deep speech?
I speak primordial.
Then it sounds Caspian just sounds like horrifying. Like you opened a gate to hell, just like just terrifying noises, and I'm like, it's just that.
Caspian, what do you say to get noodle to come out? I don't even. What do you say?
And that's what I say. I'm like, oh, the code word is, and then it's just horrifying hell noises.
And I throw the
and I-
stick on the ground. As you say it, I throw it, so Miss Noodle will appear.
The house just explodes.
gonna roll,
Her
Jeff?
heads.
Does that
Her
work?
head
Am I
pop
out
out
of
of the
line here?
top.
I want to bamboozle Caspian into pulling noodle out. Like I've had it with this game. This game is happening in this house right now, not the whole thing. I love the game. Nines is frustrated.
The game
Very
in the house,
frustrated.
not the game. The game.
Not the game inside the game. This,
Okay.
What I mean,
You would have to say in deep speech
I would.
exactly what. Yes, because you are holding Miss Noodle.
Okay, what if I
You would
ask
be. And
Caspian
isn't
to
Miss?
say
Wait,
it?
is Miss Noodle an attunement thing?
It's an attunement thing.
What if
So
I
you can
throw
you
it
can
as he's saying and it
all you
hits
want.
him? What if I throw it right before he says it? It hits Caspian, it falls on the ground, and it says it, and then she pops. What do I got to roll to make that happen?
What do you have to roll to attack him literally
nat
with a
20s in a
launch
row.
I'm
Miss
not, I'm
Noodle?
not attacking him. I'm just like, what do you say to get her to come out? And right before he goes to speak it, I throw it at him, so it hits him. Thus,
That's not
him
how it
then,
works.
like out of bounds in basketball, you like throw it at him and they like, or soccer or whatever.
It is an intentionality thing.
You have to constantly roll nat 20s until next session.
If I roll a nat 20 right now, let this bullshit happen.
Nat 20 right now.
That's a 4. Damn. Fine, I'm done. Nines is just standing in the corner, just like
He's
standing
just
in the corner.
finding
I put
other
myself in
weapons. He's like
timeout.
taking weapons from other people and just hurling them into the wall.
Just like going around like.
Takes
He's like,
Ashu's
comes over
staff
and-
off his back.
Thunk into the wall. Like it's me and him. Like he's trying to grab the trident out of hands. I'm like, no, stop it. Just like wrestling over the trident.
God. Y'all are fantastic and I love you so much. I will need everyone to please make a charisma saving throw.
15.
15.
The one person I need to fucking work on.
And
21.
Y'all are good at charisma. Why
I
are
have
y'all
a-
so
I have a-
charismatic?
I have a fucking +6 and I got 10.
They're all just enamored with Ashu, so he has more charisma here. He has a
Oh, wait.
charisma bonus.
But I'm gonna roll a d4 and I'm gonna add it on top of it.
For what?
For whatever this is. 4, so 14. Haha.
For whatever this is. Okay. You all feel a momentary, it feels like a wave of calming, cooling air going over everyone, and then it kind of just dissipates. Nothing happens to y'all.
What the fuck was that? What was that? There's
Did
no
someone
windows
just
open in
cast
this
a
room.
spell?
Why was there a breeze?
Because you all need to calm the fuck down, LaRue says. We're not your enemy. You
Prove it.
came in here dialed up to like a 12. Why
15.
are
I
you
dialed it to
doubting
15.
it now? You literally attacked a lord of an entire country.
So that should tell you
And
something about this
now
group.
you're questioning whether or not you made the right decision. You're kind of in it, my friend. You don't have to be if you don't want to. This can be your out. But are you really okay with everything you saw in Quarky? With everything you heard on the way here? If you are, that's fine. We'll give you your monetary prize and you can go about your
You gotta
I'm
wipe
sure
your mind,
very
though.
interesting life. You'll lose your tattoo. We'll make sure to drop you somewhere. You don't know how to get here.
Ooh.
Nice.
I
You're
don't
getting the
take
silent
the
treatment.
safety of these people lightly.
Are you gonna erase his mind?
We wouldn't do that. Calming
Hey,
emotions is one thing, and she's the most serious that you have seen her in a while. Like,
Jasmine's
like the
like-
entire time, she's like, "No,
Can you
We don't-
erase his mind?
could we?" I mean, I'm pretty sure that you, of all people, can tell. With magic, almost anything is possible. And she kind of indicates to your mage armor that's still up. After all, when your mind isn't even your own, extraordinary measures have to be taken, right?
Caspian's like he looks at it, then he's like, and he lets the mage armor drop because it's getting a little too heavy for Caspian. He's like, you know, I'm gonna take some me time. You guys figure it out, Madame Loxodon? and he's gonna go like flute, like drunkenly, like floop, and almost instantly start snoring. It's been a big day for
Like,
Caspian.
I've been too sober for too long. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
We're starting to get into big emotions. Caspian can't.
I
handle
blacked out. What happened?
it. Yeah.
You see that after the calming wind, that Calrissa had kind of sunk into an ottoman, and she's just kind of. It looks like a chair to her. She's small, but she's just kind of the most relaxed that you've seen her, but she's still very quiet. Now, before we continue with any resolution to what prize you would ask of us, you will get it. Lyra looks over at Nine. She's like, you saved a woman's life, and you do deserve to be paid, and you will. You can decide what you want to be paid in. Euphoria has much more than just coin here. I think you had some questions for Martel, and you deserve some answers. After all, blindly following a stranger can lead to some pretty good things if you let it. What questions did you have?
Caspian's gonna be like, oh, damn. Caspian fucked up.
By not being sober anymore?
Yeah, fucked up. It's just be like, I had several. Come back to me. I'm gonna write them down. I'm gonna write them down.
Would anyone like to have a seat? Or a drink? Or both?
She takes a seat, but does not take a drink.
Would your floating friend like anything to drink?
Oh,
Is she talking about me or the pig?
She's looking at the pig, and then she
Hamilton?
looks over and she's like, the
He looks
smaller
down at
one."
Hamilton. Would you like any refreshments?
Roll an animal handling.
8.
Oh, can I give the help action?
You can. How would you like to help Alexander?
9.
He just
that
drunkenly
tells me,
gives
okay.
a thumbs up and then falls
Yeah.
back asleep.
That's a drunken thumbs up is what gets you from an 8 to a 9.
Yes, that is
I
exactly.
believe in you.
Alexander Hamilton looks up at you. Big, beady black eyes, shimmering with emotion.
Dark eyes, like a doll's eyes.
And you wonder, what do these things drink? Do they drink like all your friends? Your friends drink alcohol. Alcohol sounds good.
Is that what I
Hamilton
think?
getting turned?
That is what you think.
Hamilton gets
He will have.
lit.
He will have a drink.
Okay. A drink. Gotcha. Hang on. I need to.
I need to do
Jesus
some math on the
Christ.
blood alcohol content before this guy
okay.
dies from alcohol poisoning.
You're good. No, you're good. She rolled a nat 20 in her animal handling. And she kind of looks down. She's like, a drink fit for a flying piggy. Got it. You're good. And she looks over at everybody else. She's like, I will go and grab a number of beverages. Please do not destroy my house.
No
I'm going
promises.
to be in the next room. I know. Oh, I know. But it's okay. If you do, well, we'll deal with that when it comes.
Because you guys got everything here in Euphoria. You can just fix it, right?
I don't see why not.
Caspian hands Nines a dagger.
I throw it just into the ceiling. Like a sticky hand. It's never coming down. It's 4 years later with a red imprint on the ceiling. It's never coming down.
And she just looks over at you and she's like, I'm serious. Like the Coliseum, there's tons of shit you can do. You can make extra money. You might work out some emotions.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
I
would
another
never.
dagger.
I would never. And then she goes into the kitchen. hear her
As
puttering
she
around.
disappears, I want to change myself to look exactly like Ashu.
You do. You do.
I sit down next to him.
Okay. I love it. Okay. Who has questions for Martel? As he's just kind of sitting there, kind of twiddling his thumbs, looking very nervous.
I would like to know why his eyes are red, and nobody knows they're red.
Yeah, aren't you dead?
Right.
Why do people think you're dead?
Good questions. Which would you like the answer to first?
Why is your dad such a dick?
Do Ashu
That
number one
one-
first.
My eyes changed when I pledged myself to a deity and pledged my life to them.
As a bad call.
I don't believe yours is a deity.
Shit. Fucking
And I didn't
mean is what she is.
date my deity. I feel like that is a conflict of interest to an extent, if we're being completely honest.
Think that's the old you don't shit where you eat, brother.
It makes sense. I mean, I feel like you've learned that better than most. I am sorry if I caused you any issues with your patron.
And she's got her own issues to work through. Tell you that.
They all do, don't they?
What patron did you swear allegiance to?
And what did you have to do to them?
My patron is the god Arissa. And everybody roll religion checks for me.
Oh shit. I have +1.
Seven.
-1, 10.
17.
Can we all
3.
help each other?
Uh,
Can we all help each other and get advantage?
Everybody hold hands.
With our powers combined.
can I roll? It's the same thing, but can I just attempt history to see if I have encountered?
Yes, if y'all would like to do history instead. That does make sense.
A 10 and a 9.
All right. So the only one who got above a 15 was Bree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Can I roll acrobatics
Stop.
instead?
Stop.
You can roll it. What it does, I will decide.
You're gonna break your neck because you're drunk. Go to sleep. We'll fill you in later.
Just 9 sitting there petting his head. Just go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Yeah, so you're
Alright.
just leaping from one giant like beanbag floof to the next.
So as Martel tells you the name of his god, Arissa, Murin, that niggling sensation that was at the back of your brain when you felt his magic trips a memory of young Murin in a place that was empty and yet full of life, in a place that was in between what is real and what isn't. And you remember a being that had granted you a second chance at life.
Oh, tight.
And that is where you know the name Arissa.
Are y'all patron besties?
Patron besties.
Sort of, yes.
Is that kind of like Cassie's like? Is that kind of like tunnel buddies?
I don't Want to know what that is? I'm
That's
kind of
like-
happy I don't know what that is.
Eskimo Brothers or something?
I
That's
knew that
like-
one. That's what I thought you were going to say. I'm being very innocent right now. Kind of grateful.
Caspian says asks both of those questions.
So he says he's pledged himself to Arissa, and when he pledged his life was when his appearance changed. And then he looks at Nines and he goes, and I'm the Martell they knew did die. Lord Bregrin is not my father.
He's still a dick.
I believed he was for the majority of my life.
A dick or your dad?
Thank you.
Love you all so much.
In my head, I was like, "Don't say it! Don't say it! Don't say it!" Don't say it.
I clipped it.
Did you?
It's clipped now.
I was about ready to pop. Seeing that, I was like, "Nope, giving her enough grief."
No, you haven't. It's okay. Alrighty. So, my father, I believed he was my father for a very long time. Lord Bregrin is a man who is willing to do almost anything to acquire and maintain power, including promising the life of his firstborn child to a deity patron. I don't know what it was. Norin Bregrin was married to my mother. And when she found out what he planned to do to their first child, she tried to trick him. Lord Bregrin is technically my uncle. I'm not looking, because Josh's face is like, I'm not looking at whatever was just put in the chat.
Even if there's a
We're
fire.
just gonna start trying to break you like Bill Hader when he's doing his Stefan bits.
Tony
Ah.
Danza, another Tony Danza.
And he looks at you and he's. Calrissa is now intently listening, but she is not saying anything. And he looks over at her. Emerson is Lord Bregrin's firstborn child. In order to save him, my mother sacrificed herself. She pledged her loyalty to Arissa. And in exchange, she saved Emerson's life. Lord Bregrin, of course, flew into a rage at being thwarted from
Dick.
what I have been told was an immense amount of power. My mother did not survive to keep my brother safe. I followed in her footsteps, pledged myself to Arissa, and that's when I found Euphoria after getting out from underneath Lord Bregrin's thumb.
Caspian leans over. He's like, "Would you say that you've sworn vengeance?"
No.
Boo! Caspian rolls back over.
Not for that. And it's not vengeance that I seek. I'm not fucking looking. Euphoria is a place for people who aren't necessarily accepted in many other places. There's freedom here. And there's a lot of good lives with a lot of good people. Lord Bregrin has been gaining in popularity and power. His views causes great problems for anyone who doesn't agree with the way of his god. Now that he's found a different source of power, he is finally getting able to proceed with his plans. He wishes to see a world built in his image of the sun god, twisted and warped though that may be. So yeah. You got invited into some family drama. Sorry. But it's a lot of people who are going to get really hurt if he continues to gain power. You don't have to stay. If you do, you don't even have to help. Euphoria can be a place for anyone looking for a home, running away from anything, trying to find something. But it's up to you guys.
If it helps me get closer to finding my lost memories, I'll do anything.
I think there may be some ways to help with that. You seem to be more like the beings we find in the caves of the ancients than any Warforged that I've ever met. Bit ancient. Not as
1000.
fancy. Definitely not as versatile. Your friend can take his pieces off. It doesn't seem like you can. But I think I can introduce you to some people. They might be able to help.
Is there a library here?
He kind of blinks at you and he's like,
I've been told I need to go to the library.
and Brix giggles. Yes. There is. We call it the Citadel. It's pretty much. And then he looks quickly up at like where LaRue has come in with drinks and she's handed them to everybody. And she goes, you can tell him. He, above everybody else, deserves to know. We're pretty sure that within the mountains around Euphoria, there was something of importance here to the ancients. There's a lot of knowledge stored here and some of the biggest ruins that we've ever encountered. We've discovered a lot. We'd be happy to share that information with you, and hopefully it can help you to find your lost memories. And maybe those memories can help us to understand what it was that happened.
I very much wish to figure that out.
I'll introduce you to some people. What about the rest of you? What can I offer? If it's money, we'll get you whatever you want.
You have
Within
more
reason.
tattoos?
Oh, yeah. Lots. The magical tattoos are kind of a specialty of Euphoria. There's a couple shops. Oh, and especially during the entire festival celebration, there will be tourists enjoy the tattoos. When Euphoria opens, it's a fun time for all.
Can the group sidebar after Brandon's comment? Go ahead, Brandon. What are you doing?
I, two things. One, I'm trying to convince Nines to get matching ass tattoo, like on our ass, tattoos of each other's face.
Y'all are copying me
Yes.
with the ass tattoo thing.
Can they be
Yep.
like sending stones and we talk to our asses and we can talk to each other?
Oh my god! We have to like bend over and like Ace Ventura it to make it happen.
I'll talking ass to then we can split the
It
party.
wouldn't be the first time Josh has talked out of his ass in the campaign.
Season 1, episode 1.
Got him.
I try to die by talking out of my own ass to the guards who can clearly kill us. Yes.
Literally,
Bringing it all the way back
Literally
around.
talking out of his ass.
all the way back.
You know, they're all connected. This is a multiverse.
Oh shit! Don't do that. Because don't do that. I'm gonna become a warlock, and my patron's gonna be a dead
Oh.
turtle. Don't do that.
Wally,
Dude, Wally
Wally
just
is
comes
lurking
smashing
somewhere.
through the wall.
Yes.
Just
It's
go
Wally.
Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah, they're chaotic
Um,
tonight.
The second thing is, so that sleight of hand beats Nine's passive perception. While he's all like fuming when Martel said, like he comes apart and you don't. Like Nines can like take stuff off of him. Caspian tries to just like undo a pinky, or like he's trying to just like gingerly like sleight of hand like pop one off. How detachable is Nines?
I'm a full.
Do you
connect
have
set.
disadvantage because you're drunk, though?
Ah, shit.
Ooh, thank you, Ashu. Fuck you, Ashu.
Fuck!
I'll take. That's a 14 and a nat 20. I'll take the 14.
You do take the 14.
Sorry,
Ah.
It
Josh.
still beats your passive fucking perception, you bitch. Give me that pinky. I'm gonna get that arm.
Oh God. Okay, we played D&D this week, guys. What's going on?
I didn't, so I'm in panic mode. Got so much chaos coming out.
I feel like I had to be responsible DM. God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, without how detachable is Nines' fingers? Like, is it just like plating, covering?
It like they have like plates on them. Basically, like you could take like all the inner construct of me is metal and wood. Metal is more of like the joints and things that hold it together. But like, think of like a bone. The middle of the bone is wood, and the ends are metal. And then on the outside, I am wooden framed with metal, like holding it together. Like my chest plate comes off. It's a chunk of wood with metal around it that holds it together in shape. So yeah, if you could take my pinky off at the hand. That's where it detaches, and then if you wanted to, you could take off the like knuckle plates and disassemble it like a little Lego set. But don't do that. But yeah, you take the pinky off at the knuckle.
Pinky. Taking that pinky.
Taking the pinky. Okay.
I'm
Ready?
just gonna pocket it. Oh, I'm gonna attach it because I've been attaching stuff to the end of my trident, like that keychain and stuff that I found. So I'm just gonna attach it to my trident, and I'm gonna hold my trident over my shoulder like this.
What are you, a serial killer taking trophies? Jesus Christ!
This is the first body part that is literally the other ones are very innocuous.
The first body part.
This is the first body part. Perhaps
Okay.
of many.
Okay, I don't notice my pinky's missing.
Perhaps of many. Okay. Goodness gracious. All right, so LaRue has handed out drinks to everybody who accepts them. She puts a bowl of water in front of Alexander Hamilton and kind of gives him a little pat. Realizes he's hovering 6 inches off the ground and then like kind of brings one of the little stools over and puts the bowl on top so he can reach it easier. And then she goes to sit down near Brix. She goes, so, what are we thinking? What are we talking about? Are we good? Have we gotten our questions answered?
Yes.
I believe so.
Is there anything else you need to tell us about what's going on here? And I would like to sidebar with the group if we could.
Yeah, of course. All right. So she kind of looks around. She's like, "Well, I mean, what kind of stuff are you wanting to know? Like, what's going to happen at the festival? Are you interested in jobs? There's plenty of jobs that we have. If you're looking to stick around, make some money, we can.
Can I
You're
sidebar with the
interested.
group real quick?
Yeah." And she kind of looks around. And she's like, "We've dumped a lot on you. We'll
Except
give
for
you.
rewards
We'll
for
give you a
what we
minute.
did.
I told you." If you want financial reward, we can settle on a number. Or you can do
I want magic
some sort.
tattoos and magic
If
items.
you want a
That's what I
house,
want.
we can do a house. Do you want, like, what do you want?
I don't know what's the
The
property
world
value
is your
here.
oyster and you want some money.
Am I a part of an HOA? Like, what are my taxes? Like, do I have
She
say
looks
over
at you,
certain things?
she kind of
Do I get
leans
a what's
forward
the
and she
parking
goes,
situation?
I think you're thinking a little too much about this.
I think I need to talk
You
to my
just
friends real
gotta
quick.
let things go. Gotta let things flow. We'll give you a minute, though.
Let's help you.
You can call me a bard. And then kind of like
Nines just
beckons to
explode.
everybody.
I just ignite an actual flame.
She beckons to everybody, and Brix kind of kicks her feet back and forth, and she goes, "For what it's worth, I'd like it if y'all stick around. You're very
Ah.
entertaining."
I don't
As-
like that my
as
frustration
Nines-
entertains you. It's not a compliment.
As Nines does that to his face, as he like is touching his face, he
He
realizes
notices that he does not have a
he's
pinky.
he's
Yes.
a digit short. And I'm just like sitting next to him. I have like leg like crossed. I have my like trident and just like dangling from the end of my trident. I'm like
Roll
giving
a
little, like-
perception check for me, Nines.
15.
You see that your missing digit is dangling from Caspian's keychain.
I'm
Trident
so
chain.
glad. I'm so glad you allowed me to see this. I throw a water ball at Caspian.
Oh God!
God damn it!
Oh,
What did you do?
I
Threw
threw
one of the
those
water
water
balls?
balls that we got
Oh.
from the carnival at him.
Okay, so I need
So is
you
that
to
gonna-
make a
Yep, I'm
ranged
doing the
weapon
bad
attack.
thing.
Yeah, go ahead, go for it.
A ranged
ahead.
weapon attack? What is?
Yeah, so that would be a d20 plus your dexterity modifier, and then if you are proficient in ranged stuff, I will let you add your proficiency bonus to it as well.
I don't believe I am. It's a 16.
Does a 16 hit you, Caspian?
It does not.
It does not.
Wait, how do I
But-
tell if I'm
but-
proficient in ranged weapons? Will it say under weapons, ranged weapons?
It
'Cause
should.
I got martial weapons and simple weapons. And I
But
can throw my axe.
so
You can throw your axe.
Oh, here,
What I
I'll
would-
go to inventory, manage inventory.
What you got, Brandon?
what I would say, rather
Efficient.
than hitting my AC, would I just because it's a water balloon, like rather than it like if it hits or not, would it just be I can make a dexterity saving throw?
We can do that
It doesn't
instead.
drug?
Yeah, and you are seated.
Yeah.
And
I
it
am
is a
proficient in
surprise.
crossbows.
Yeah. So that's 16 versus
Yeah,
Yes,
a
that's
dexterity
the
saving
dex-
throw.
Yeah.
Can I use my proficiency bonus? Because that makes it an 18.
yeah.
It,
Okay, it's
it
an
would
18.
have you're trying to beat an 8. So
He just kind of rolls on the ottoman like, eh.
yeah, I attempt to move, but it's mostly just me flopping back.
All right, wisdom save for me, my friend. As water erupts from this ball that is chunked at your face and just douses you.
11. But
But lots of butts.
I got one left.
We love
Plus-
butts.
Plus 4. Come on, 4. 2.
Oh,
13.
ouch.
13.
Caspian passes out. Caspian's out cold.
Caspian's like, no.
Water hits him in the face, and you just see him like anime style, no pupil, white eye, just and
I
just
got a
knocks back.
19 for sleight of hand as well to take all of his trinkets off of his trident.
Go ahead. You have all of his trinkets.
I take them all off. I don't take them off gingerly. I rip them all off. So
That's
all
mean.
the little laces are broken.
I didn't break your pinky. I didn't take your pinky and then crush it. And pull off the plate. You were like, please don't take the platings off. So I was like, okay, I won't.
I'm gonna write down Caspian's treasures. Asterix. Kinda broken.
Kind of broke. Caspian's Treasures is the name of my new adult jazz band.
I was just saying, not where I thought you were gonna go with that. I was gonna. New adult film was where I thought you were going with it.
Also
That's it too. That's it too. He has a tattoo on his like right below his stomach. It says Caspian's treasures.
It's treasures.
And like a rock star like Tupac, but it's just on his little pelvic frump.
It's like banners, and it's got like it like comes out to the side. It's like one of those shitty like it's got like holsters. I have it like tattooed on the side.
Little tridents.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's ornate.
Alrighty. So they leave you be for your sidebar with your party. They close
Minus
the door
Caspian,
behind you.
because he's unconscious.
You can try to wake him up.
Nah, he looks good.
Cool. Cassian will do with you in a minute.
Okay,
damn it.
guys, are we wanting to like stay here? Are we wanting to like full out help these people? My opinion is to full out help these people, and before they do that, as payment for getting them this far in this issue, to deck us out in tattoos and weapons so that we can be their champions. That's my idea. I didn't want to say it while they were in here and make the call for everybody. What is everybody else's opinion?
Being a champion sounds sick.
I would like to help these people.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure we're all on the
Their
same page
cause
before we.
seems just, and they claim to have knowledge of my past.
I want you to figure that out. But do we trust these people? Do we think we're on the right side of history here?
I do. If they're opposed to Lord Bregrin, then I believe they're correct.
Okay. All right. If we're all in agreement, then Caspian, we're gonna stay and be their champions. He'll get
He's
it.
slapping him.
I write it on his face with a permanent quill ink.
Call the tattoo lady
So-
over. Can you tattoo this for me real quick?
Caspian, while your party members are discussing, you
And
hear
drawing dicks
them.
on my face.
You hear them. You hear what they're saying, and it sounds like you are underwater. And your little mental self is floating in an open sea. And you're back. You know this feeling. You know who's waiting here.
Steal from me again.
After a moment,
Let's steal
you
all of his
notice
armor.
that she hasn't said anything. And you look around, reaching out into this endless ocean with your senses, and you feel a pull, and your mental arcana self is pulled, and you feel yourself go over the mountains that surround Euphoria. And as you get to one of the tallest peaks, this weird ass terrain continues. Because what lies on the other side of the mountains is the sea. Yourself is pulled into this water. And as you break the surface. You are overwhelmed with a sense of fear. But this isn't your fear. This is Skyla's. And this is something you have never felt
Siege.
before.
You're welcome.
And then you hear her voice for a briefest moment. Caspian, run. And you wake up.
See?
And you look up into the face of Nines as he is going to write on your face with a quill. You feel the slight itchiness that it seems like something's already been inked there.
For a good time.
Insert
Oh.
here.
I wasn't going to go that far, but. Oh!
I was gonna try and jam one of the jelly beans into his surprise. Yeah, can I
It falls into your mouth.
Yeah, can I one-eyed would I get advantage because this is he thinks I'm asleep, so this is a sneak attack.
It would be just a wash roll, just a straight roll, because you would have had disadvantage because you're drunk.
Well, then I go to do it, and I drops into my mouth.
Did you roll a natural one?
Yeah, I nat one. That's why I was trying to bamboozle my way into
Okay.
anything else.
Let me grab that
Can
table.
I make a roll to catch it before it falls in his mouth?
You can do a dexterity check.
It's a 17.
Let's say you could react. It's a knee-jerk reaction. Your fighter's reflexes kick in, and you're just like, "Well, what the hell is this? I know what this is. No."
Out of spite, I eat another one.
I eat the one in my hand.
Like, yeah! Both of you roll d20s for me.
Cassian's
God.
pumped. One.
Chaos is
Jesus
so cute.
Christ.
Oh no.
As I pop it in my mouth, I say, "Let's ride the lightning, baby."
Yeah.
Hold on. Fuck this. They're fucking
Caspian
me.
explodes.
It's a 16 for me.
9 on physical dice. Because fuck this shit.
Caspian, yours tastes like salmon,
I love sushi.
and you feel your neck start to slit open slightly. You don't have gills as a sea elf, do you? You can just breathe underwater.
Yeah, I'm just.
As you feel slight gills open up and flap a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations, you can breathe underwater for 10 minutes.
I'm like mocking, and I'm like, I'm a sea boy. I can breathe underwater. I'm flapping my gills. Look
Throw
at
another
me.
water ball at him.
I'm a fish.
You said 16, Josh?
Yes.
Yours tastes like avocado
do.
toast. Though I don't know that Nines would know taste. Does he have taste buds?
I have a taste receptor. Yes, I can
You
taste
do have
things.
a taste receptors. Yes, so it tastes like avocado toast. I need you to roll me a d10, please.
Five. I'm gonna go short.
What is your
That's right.
current amount of gold?
Oh no!
Ooh.
I have 13 gold pieces on me right now.
You eat 8 of them.
You have 8 gold pieces on you right now, as 5 of your gold pieces disappear. I can take a picture of it. I swear to God, it's on the table. Avocado toast, the loser, or the user loses 1d10 GP.
A familiar forms right in front of you, and then it's lit on fire.
Christ.
Boris materializes right in front of you and
each
Wow,
one
this
of
hurt
your
my soul
gold,
so
and
much.
it sets him on fire.
I didn't say it. I just wanted to be on record. I didn't say it. I didn't do it.
It's on the table. I don't know.
All right. You don't necessarily notice right now. You'll notice the next time that you go to pay for something.
Fuck.
This is
But it tastes like
bullshit.
avocado toast.
Which one of you stole my gold?
I'm gonna catch some shit for that. I know I am.
Mhm.
Roll a perception check for me, everybody.
8.
17.
About to start rolling natural dice.
10.
Yeah, bro.
19.
What was yours, Bree?
19.
Nice. Okay. So Murin, you are standing closest to the door, and you can hear beyond Brix's little voice going, "No, I'm serious. I'm pretty sure they've made a decision. Like, I know things, Liru. Why do you question this? Like, why do you always question? Like, I know they're done. We can go and knock on the door. It's not rude. I swear. Just follow. Oh gosh. Okay. You know, you're fun, but you're not fun at the same time. I can understand why he got frustrated with you. Let's go. Okay. They've made a decision. And Brix comes and knocks on the door gingerly for such a large pad.
We haven't made a
Look, I don't
decision
know what
yet.
they're
Hang
called.
on.
I know when you're lying. Even
There's
if you're
currently a
leaving,
zone of
you've
truth
made the
in here, so
decision.
I can't lie.
I'm not dressed.
I'm in the shower right now. Can you come back in like 15 minutes?
Brix is like,
That's a nat 20 deception.
Brix just goes, I don't know what kind of party that's going on in there, but I left my stuff in there. Can you put your
That's-
clothes back on, please?
That's what I nat 20 on.
And then you can go back to your naked party. Just for a minute. You can sit and like put cushions on top of you. Like, I'm cool with that. I can close my eyes.
I feel like Cashman's gonna end up on some kind of list in this town.
Yeah, Caspian immediately regrets his decision. He's like, I'm just kidding.
The door
I
opens and Brix comes in, and her ear flaps are over her eyes, and she's like, "I promise I'm not gonna look. Okay, it's fine. Like, I walk through places all the time like this." And she bumps into a chair, and she's like, "It's fine. I can find my stuff. Are you guys staying, or did you want to leave?"
We will stay.
Yeah. Oh no. And then her ears tighten again real fast because they started to come up in excitement. She's like, "No, I'm
He's
sorry.
not
I'm not
naked.
looking."
He's not naked. You can look. It's fine. We were just messing with you.
Oh,
Water ball.
that's funny.
No, I don't throw a water ball at her.
She might actually think that she might get a laugh out of that.
We're indoors. I don't know if her parents say she can get wet or not. You know, that whole thing. Like, I can't get wet. Don't get me wet. Like, when you're a kid, nah, I'm not going to mess with her.
Ah, that's true. She's like, my phone was in my pocket.
I didn't wear waterproof mascara. Okay, so LaRue's like, okay, so we're staying. That's awesome. Are y'all looking for work? Are y'all looking for anything in particular while you're here? We can definitely find you all sorts of jobs. I mean, we've got tons of different people looking for help around here, so. How about this? We'll get you set up at the inn for tonight. We should be able to get you into a couple rooms. The crowds haven't started to show up yet. We'll try to have you in a house. A house? That's how we say that word now. Try to have you. We'll try to have you in a house.
Put you in a little bit of house.
We'll try to have you in a house of some kind before the solstice festival starts. That way, you don't have to deal with the crowds. We'll get that set up for you. I guess welcome to Euphoria. We're glad to
yeah.
have you.
Can I tell the person, was it LaRue that I was having a bickering match with about getting paid?
Yeah.
Can I tell her that I
Mhm.
would like magical
Buy
tattoos?
gold.
No, I don't know that yet. I would like magical tattoos and magical weapons so that I can better help do whatever we need to do, killing whoever we need to kill.
Hopefully, we don't have to kill anyone, but
Guess-
times
Casper
are
the
weird.
Seneschal.
We go out there, we see,
Times
we
are
look
weird.
around, we just see what happens, you know?
But yeah, we can definitely like the tattoos. I definitely know some people. We'll get you, depending on how big you want. We will take care of
Mm.
a couple of tattoos for you guys.
And one more thing. I need full accommodations for Alexander Hamilton. I need washing, nail trimming, fucking armor
Oof.
sets,
Full spa
train.
day.
I need a full animal handler to teach this pig how to
Oh.
better be a part of the
The
party.
pig's name is Alexander Hamilton. Okay, cool.
Yes,
That's
what I need. That's what the group needs. The
I mean,
works.
we have a number of druids here. We've got a couple beastmasters.
Gold star package.
Depending on
bring
the
'em all.
type of training that he would like. And honestly, if Alexander Hamilton decides that he doesn't want to fight and he would rather learn how to do some other stuff, we can definitely offer him those kind of accommodations.
Or
you
bore.
know? We definitely want all creatures in Euphoria to know that their destiny is their own. And no matter what kind of aptitudes you have or type of life that you lived or even what kind of skills you have, you can do whatever you want to do.
Hamilton is a free pig.
Can we give him a necklace of fireballs?
Can we
Oh,
give him a
God.
bag of holding to wear as a side saddle?
Oh my God.
He's gonna be more decked than we are.
I
He
swear
really
to-
is.
He's
Can we-
my
Y'all
second
all
put
friend.
pour your
gold
money
on
into
his
the
back?
pig. Oh my God. Okay, so we'll definitely get y'all situated. Not gonna send you out empty-handed. We can't go too crazy. Definitely make sure that you feel reimbursed for your time and the blood and the sweat that you've put in already. And as you continue to help us keep Euphoria safe, definitely continue to bolster you as much as possible. And honestly, like I said, there's plenty of people looking for help. So if you ever want more magical items, something messed with, we don't deal too much in coin. Not for people who live here. You can work something out, do some help. Kind of more of a trade and barter system for services. We leave the coin for when tourists come. That way we can pay off people outside if we need them. That kind of situation.
How do the tourists? What's the tourist tattoo situation like?
It's more of a temp tattoo.
Oh, it's a henna. Okay.
It's like henna.
This hippie
Not-
shit's getting too much for Nines. He's about to leave.
She actually reaches into one of her drawers and she pulls out a bracelet. And it looks that it has been inlaid with different runes around it. She goes, these will all be charged and ready to go for anyone who's visiting Euphoria and is only here on a temporary stay. The tattoos are only for people who choose to make Euphoria their home.
So like a Disney Fast Pass.
Like a Disney Fast Pass, yes.
I always want NPCs to just look at me blankly whenever I say like that.
She does. If you say that part, she's like, cool. Underwater thing, I guess. Yeah, it is. It helps us keep the town safe and hidden. And if you don't have a tattoo and instead you're using one of these bands, there's certain parts of the town that you can't get to. There's a number of people who are here who don't want to be found, and we respect that. Lives that were lived before Euphoria don't have to follow you here. It's a great place to make a fresh start if that's what you're looking for. It's a great place to find answers if that's what you seek. It's a pretty decent place to find yourself.
Can I have one of those uncharged bracelets, please? As like a souvenir. It doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah, but if you want to get it charged before the celebration,
That's okay. I got the
they
tattoo.
glow.
Okay, now I do.
There's a couple other interesting things that happen if you have the bracelets. We can get you some before the celebration, most definitely, but you can hang on to this one if you want to. And she tosses it to you.
Hell yeah. I'm like, I want to add it to my, and I like hold my trident up to look at the bottom, and I'm like, Nines, you son of a bitch! And
I've got to give Hamilton a potion of fire breathing at some point.
And I
Oh,
Eldritch
God.
Blast him.
You Eldritch Blast 9.
Does a
What
19 hit?
Are we
What?
doing this?
Yeah.
we doing this?
PvPing.
Are we
Yep.
PvPing? Is this how we're ending the session tonight?
Absolutely. You just destroyed my treasures.
I
Time
didn't
to
destroy
get
the treasures. I just ripped them
time
off.
to
They're
get
in my
Hang on.
hand. They're
You
just
wanted to
dangling
get
in my hand.
wet, now you get the whole ocean, my love.
Okay. I
Hang on.
eat another bean
Oh, God.
real quick.
Go ahead.
I see him eat the bean and I eat another bean.
Oh, yeah?
Just like meet chaos with
We can play
chaos.
that game.
You two are on a whole other level today.
That's cocked as hell. 14 on that D20.
4.
Nines. Yours tastes like a shot of whiskey, and you feel a warmth that goes down to your belly,
Now they're both drunk.
but you do not feel
Pull it loose.
any effects right now. When you wake up from your alert or from your power down mode, you will be waking up with a hangover, my friend. A quote, a wicked hangover.
A wicked hangover. Now you know.
Some of these are
Now
good.
you- now
just are
you
rolling
know.
for all of them that are bad. What did you get?
A 4.
You it tastes like orcish orange. I don't know what that tastes like, but we can imagine. And you take on the size and appearance of an orc for the next 10
And I'm like, ooh, I get jacked. Fucking go.
Nines puts the Ted Party head on and jacks up to the destroyer.
Goodness gracious. All right.
We're just
And-
in our house screaming at each other.
And I'm gonna warhammer his ass right in the face.
Okay, pause.
Fuck.
So,
Outside, at least. Are we still in the house?
when the Eldritch
Not
Blast
for long.
gets cast, okay. So you Eldritch Blast, and as you are watching it go,
Mm.
you see the Eldritch Blast dissipate midair. You both grow fast, pop in things before you even notice that it's gone. And you hear LaRue go, I'm gonna say no.
Boo.
I look at Caspian and go, team up.
Team up!
We have a coliseum for this, not my front room. If you
Ah!
want to do that, there are rules. We don't fight in Euphoria
I
unless
do
it's
the
within
Mr.
a
Universe
coliseum.
pose and then ignite into hotter flames, into brighter
You will
flames.
gain an amazing following at the Coliseum when you do that shit.
I'm
If you
swinging
would
my
like
hammer
to
like
take this
Thor
to
right
the
now.
Coliseum, we can go there and you can beat the shit out of each other till one of you goes unconscious. There are clerics on standby.
No
After
need
we
to
just
do
wa-
it.
Do this
He's
Right.
just-
safely.
He's just waving Miss Noodle around like, I'll fucking drop it. I'll drop it right now. I'll drop this goddamn snake.
he's got Dustin oh god, what's his name? The bad guy from Speed Energy, where he's just like, I'll do it.
I'll fucking
Markel's just
I'll
like
miss
sitting there
noodle
like,
us to the ground.
this is a good idea, right? Right? This is a good idea. You said this is a good idea, Brix, right? And she's just like sitting there. She's kicking her little
Clink,
feet, and
clink,
she's like,
clink,
"I told
clink,
you
clink, clink,
that
clink,
if
clink.
nothing else, they definitely belong here. You already have. They're all chaos touched. Like that's quite obvious."
I'm like trying to sharpen my newfound orc tusks like with my trident. Just
Goodness gracious. All right. So everyone is going to be brought to the local inn, which is the Briar Bush. You are going to be put up in rooms. Is there anything that we would like to do as we wind down for the evening?
um
No.
I will fuck. Because I didn't. Drunk Caspian is gonna shoot a shot. He's going to, as she's like showing the room, she's gonna be like, and what is Caspian? It's gonna be worse than it would be. He's gonna be like, in which room do you stay in?
To LaRue.
Yeah. And we'll see a 10 on persuasion.
Ouch.
She's just gonna look at you and she goes, "You just left my house." I stay there. Technically, I'm kind of like the mayor, I guess, so I stay in the mayor's house.
Caspian's like, was unprepared for this. Like, it's very nice.
You know, there's a few new decorations on the walls, and I have a new dagger in the ceiling, so I like it. Definitely has character.
Well,
And she smiles at you.
we'll get that. We'll get that down. I'll be get that. We can get that down. I'll get it. It'll be fine.
Only if you want it. She does not seem upset by the holes that are now in her walls and ceiling. She's just like, they're
Meh.
walls. Like if they bother me so much, there's mend. I mean, mend is one of the cantrips taught up at the school to all the kids. Like, it's not that big a deal.
I do enjoy when people that are like that live in a magical world, like when minor inconvenience time, they're like, magic exists. It's cool.
And as y'all are walking through the town, you notice that magic exists in a lot more of this town than any town that y'all have encountered as of yet. And honestly, in more than any town that you have been to. The lights that are out they're not lit by fire. They're lit by magical fire. Anyone who's got arcane abilities, you feel all sorts of different magics make up this place. And as you're walking through, give me an arcana check, whoever wants to be taking a look around.
11. Oh, and Oshu is also going to try teaching Hamilton to do like little barrel rolls and loop-de-loops with his wings.
Make me an animal handling as y'all are walking.
Come on.
Real
8.
dice. Real dice.
Is that the
Oh, yeah,
same
yeah,
one
yeah.
that you did?
I'm rolling real dice. I forgot. I said
Yeah.
fuck those.
+2.
11.
He's able to start going, very slow little barrel rolls, and he's like kicking his little feet, trying to kick himself around. But he's as y'all are walking through, by the time that you get to the inn, he's able to roll over and right himself back up. And he's just looking up at you, and you can tell he's so proud of himself.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good
Like-
boy? Who
You're
is
so
a good
lucky that-
boy?
You're
Who
so
is a
lucky
good
Dog
boy?
is not in there. He'd be like, me. All right. Did anybody else roll Arcana?
Yeah, I got a 12.
12. Bree, did you
That
roll?
fucking pig roll.
I know, right?
Whoop.
Bree.
No, I did not.
Okay.
Roll Arcana.
Did you wanna or no?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I thought that it was just them that could.
No. Anyone as you're walking through.
10.
God, we are not magical.
Mm-mm.
Everyone can tell that there is a lot of magic, and as you are walking through, you can feel what seems to be different runes are kind of etched into the not etched where you can physically see them, but you get the sense of different runes all down the streets as you pass, as if the very fabric of Euphoria is interwoven with magic. You can't tell what kind, you can't tell exactly what's going on. You just tell that magic is embraced in this town. Okay, so you are able to make it to the inn. You're able to get into your rooms. You are able to do a long rest, and we will end there for the evening.
Hooray!
As we
Great
have
job,
gotten
guys.
into Euphoria, you will be able to peruse and choose your magical tattoos before next session. So be thinking on that. We'll discuss those. Welcome to Euphoria, guys.
We did it.
We
Yay.
did it. With only the minor threat of violence and dismemberment.
Casual dismemberment.
Casual dismemberment. It was only a pinky.
I'm gonna get that pinky.
Can I want to freeze all of Caspian's stuff in a block of ice and then
Cassian,
like put it in like a big bowl and give it to him and go, no, you figure that out.
so as we're winding down, let me check in with each character real fast on the different things that they have encountered, both personally and then just as the group. Nines, you're frustrated to an extent, but how's he feeling otherwise with where everything's going?
I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because Nines is frustrated because there is so much wishy-washy, just like no evidence, no proof, and everyone's just saying shit. People are like half-ass telling us who they are, and then we're finding out they're other people. We've got this whole thing of like, oh, she's getting married to some jerk, and all of a sudden the jerk isn't a jerk anymore, and it's like everyone has just told us that Lord Brethren is a douchebag, and no one has proved to us that Lord Brevin is a douchebag. Yes,
He tried to
He-
kill us.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I feel like I proved it.
I mean, we broke into his town. We took away his son's bride.
He
We
monologued
covered
like
his
a villain
son.
the whole time.
He did. Like
He
I was
literally monologued like
in
a
his
villain the
kitchen.
whole
I
fucking
was
time.
in his kitchen and he was like, "Hey, can you torture my daughter for me?"
Yeah, Cassian is the only one who fully
yeah.
has had like a full-on conversation with Lord Bregren that would definitely give you not great guy vibes,
That goes
and
Right,
sucks.
but
he hasn't been able to.
But if we are working with the bad guys right now, and he's trying to fix shit, I mean, it's all
There
about
is that
perspective.
possibility. Hmm.
So Nines is just like confused as fuck. We've been doing this stuff for this guy. We did all these things. We killed all these people, and he's just waiting for the next. Oh, guess what? I'm actually this. Like, oh, sure you
Nothing's
are.
what it seems. I can bet. I can bet.
He's just really, 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 really confused, and he doesn't like it.
Nines is a simple man. He likes
a way.
gladiating. He likes cold beer.
Clear communication.
Clear communication. Nothing exists without clear communication.
Thank you, Troy. Everybody's a fucking Scooby-Doo villain in this fucking game. Okay, that's what's
Hey.
happening.
What? Me? Am I a Scooby-Doo
No,
villain?
everybody
could
who we've
be.
encountered
I could be.
is like a
You could
Scooby-Doo
be.
villain almost. You just
I wanna-
gotta
I
pull
wanna
a
be a
mask off and there's
I
somebody
would be a
else.
Scooby-Doo villain.
I don't know.
I'm gonna.
I
I'm
have my
gonna add-
reservations about this town.
Troy, how is Ashu feeling?
He's
What
feeling
about
hopeful.
Ashu?
He's very happy that we've gotten a step closer to the library and figuring out what and who he is.
They're gonna kidnap you, man. Be used as a pawn. I'd know it.
Nines is the conspiracy theorist of this campaign.
It's like
They're
They're-
all in it together, man.
I'm just
I'm
like
just saying,
Oh my
look
God, he
into
has
it.
the hat too.
Just look into it.
All right.
Do your own research.
How is Castian feeling?
He was fine up until he like went to go. Got a little wet, and then his girlfriend was like, "Hey, run!" Ex-girlfriend was like, "Hey, run," which is weird and out of character. So she got to be getting eaten by some terrifying monster,
we're warning you that these people are the bad guys.
or that one.
What would
Caspian
she
also
tell you if somebody is the bad guy?
no.
Or is she worried that they're going to cast
suggested
her
we
out?
do calisthenics or
Talk
cardio.
about fucking Scooby-Doo villain.
They
Skylar.
they would. She could potentially, be like it could be a bamboozle situation where she's like, "Get out of there," because she knows that they could potentially help me. So Caspian is also confused. Caspian also, as they were having that conversation, was like furiously nodding along, but also in his head was like, when he's like, "I'm my own uncle," he's like, "I'm gonna need a family tree, dog." Like, yeah, you have to help me, because like Caspian's like, "Yeah, I'm with you. He sucks. Okay, but whose mom? Ah, shit." Like,
You can definitely talk with him more in order to get clarification. Because Calrissa was not a part of the conversation, but I will tell y'all that as soon as she's able to regain her senses a bit, she's going to have a lot more questions too.
like, all right, I'll wait for her to clarify. Until then, I'm be like, that Lord's a dick. I know that. And then this LaRue sound seems cool. That elephant makes me mad. It's too pleasant. Don't trust it. and I don't like kids. It's a trifecta. But is very excited at the prospect of like doing dope shit and fighting in the Coliseum.
What
He's
about
gonna-
Aaron? I'm sorry, what was that?
I was like, I'm gonna get treasures. I'm gonna get my treasures back, and I will enact my revenge.
I gave them back to you.
Mm-hmm. Because you don't want to smoke, bitch.
I'm gonna drown you in a toilet.
They don't have toilets here because they believe in magic. You just
I'm gonna
thaumaturgy
drown you in a
your
magical
shit out
toilet.
of your butt. You have to build a
Oh,
toilet
one
in
poop
this
removal,
magical world.
please.
Just go up to a random person, like, just go into a stall and be like, "Yep, this is what this stall's for." Somebody just sitting there going, "Boop, you feel better?" Yeah.
I want to roll persuasion to try and convince, because I'm a magic user.
Oh God.
And so, with the amount of magic that's here, I want to convince Nines that he doesn't. You just walk up to people and just go exactly that. People are they'll out and about.
poop.
They'll remove your shit for you. So you just walk into anywhere and be like, "Remove my shit," and they will help you. Like anywhere, and they'll help you.
Nines
So I
doesn't
want-
shit though.
I don't
Nines
poop.
does not. He doesn't.
God damn it!
Yeah, way to go.
I'm
Glad
gonna
you
make
know
him
so
poop.
much about me, friend.
I'm gonna figure out a way to. I'm gonna transmogrify him into a person. Feed him
Okay,
a bunch of
okay.
chili, make him
To
shit.
wind us down,
Eat him.
where is Mirren at? How is Mirren handling everything?
I think she's most interested in like the black and red and the memories and stuff, and also is aware that she's gonna go to the Coliseum to watch the boys fight.
She's like, this will be entertaining.
Yeah.
They need to let off some steam.
Yeah.
Yes. So you know about the Coliseum. You have not seen it yet. And then there is an upcoming festival, and there are, from what they've told you, lots of opportunities for different jobs, depending on what kind of stuff you're looking for. There is always the Citadel, which is what was referred to as the library for Ashu, and some very odd terrain is what you've seen from this entire situation so far. But you will have plenty of time to delve further into the secrets of Euphoria, possibly unmask some of these mysteries that are
villains.
surrounding you, and continue to make some changes in this world. And I'm looking forward to it. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you to all of my players. You were fantastic, as always. Make sure that you join us early in the week. Next week, it will be either Tuesday or Wednesday. Brandon will be continuing with part 2 of the Dragon of Icefire Peak. Is that what it's called? Dragon of Icefire?
Hell yeah. Dragon
Cool.
of Ice
Remember.
by a Peak.
Haha, I remembered. I'm so proud of me. This will be part 2. So if you didn't catch the first one, that's cool. It's still available on Twitch, I believe. It will be up on YouTube very soon. That's a super fun campaign that Brandon is DMing.
Yay.
It's the entire party that's here, plus another friend of ours named EJ. He gets to play with us too, and it is a ton of fun. Aside from that, you can join us next week for Shadows of the Ancients on Friday. And we will see you then. Till then, stay safe, stay sane. We love you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Sounds like